welcome everyone to the Think Different podcast. That's right, it's time for your Apple retail former employees here to talk about the world of Apple. So happy to be here with all of you today. My name is Will, of course, the TLD, the former professional wrestler, former creative, former genius at the Genius Bar. That's right, I probably fixed your stuff one day, but I'm not alone. I'm here every week along with the Apple creative, Jurassic Park owner, the keynote drummer himself, Mr. Frank Funk.
Hey, what's going on, Will? How are you?
I am just rolling along with the names. I am doing so good. I'm just trying to add something on every week now. But everything's good because you know what? We got a Zevia here, of course, as we have every single week. Not sponsored, of course.
I got pure water.
Oh, good. That crap from... But guess what? I think you're going to like this, Frank, because Zevia is going on the stock market.
Get out, really?
Yeah, $13 to $15 a share, I believe, is the starting price.
What's the symbol?
I don't know. Look it up. Oh. So I don't give details like that, Frank. I just wanted to give you the breaking news. I wanted to hold it off on you, but now you got to do the research because I know you're a owner, you're a stock owner, so you know what to do. So your goal is to find that out before the end of the show.
Zevia?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should know. You bought the stuff. So you should know all this. It's probably gotta be it's gotta be ZEVA or something like that. It's probably gonna be something like that. Anyway, let's talk about a couple things that went on in the world the last 2 weeks here at the Apple world, I guess. But Apple is doing something very unique in their Apple stores. So Apple is planning to test a new retail flex program later this year to give retail employees the ability to work some weeks at the retail store location and other weeks remotely.
Yeah.
So that means, so that means that they're going to work in online sales, technical support, and customer service.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, it's the online sales. I guess if people want to have questions, they can ask a specialist. Technical support, that's no more than what you were doing at the Genius Bar. Customer support, I don't know what
probably
that
a little
is.
bit less. I bet you a little less than that. I bet you they talk about how to do an iCloud account or like simple things. I bet you it's nothing crazy on that. And by the way, Apple is reportedly reimbursing employees who are participating in this up to $100 towards office equipment and pay-at-home internet expenses. Very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be on the fence with that. I mean,
so let's say that Apple has this retail flex program. You're a part-timer. I don't know if that counts for part-time or full-timers. Would you take advantage of this type of program?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
You would do it?
Sure.
Yes, yeah. I would totally do it.
The thing that not that I'm questioning it is like when they say they're going to reimburse for internet expenses. I'm thinking anybody that works for the Apple store pretty much has internet already. Why would you want to be reimbursed for internet expenses? I don't. Well,
I think they're up because you're using it for work reasons. So it makes sense. It's no different than my wife who uses her personal cell phone, but because she works from home and doesn't have an office phone, she is being reimbursed for that expense, which is like $50 a month.
Yeah. Well,
so I think a lot of companies do it.
Yeah, that's good. I'm wondering if you know how you could only access Apple email within the app on the Apple Store.
Yep.
You know, inside the building. I wonder if how they're gonna do something like that.
VPN. They gotta have their own VPN to do it. There's no way they can't do it without that.
Oh, that's coming, right? Apple's
that's coming for the iCloud. Yeah, we already know that's coming out soon in September. Yeah. I don't know if they'll use that specifically. I mean, everyone has an Apple ID that works at the store, so they could transfer over to that. I think that would take some time to do that, but I guarantee you they use a VPN in order to do it. They got to track them somehow. They got to track to make sure they're working.
Sure.
And
well, they're also having a hybrid work schedule for the corporate employees. Starting in September, they're going to have workers come back to the office
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to work Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday in the office, and then Wednesday and Friday from home.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that at the corporate level?
Well, apparently there was some controversy where they were not going to require them to come back, but now they are, where like Google and Facebook are still like having indefinite remote options, So, I mean, reality is you are lucky that a pandemic happened that's allowing you to work from home. And I know that sounds weird, but
No,
it's true.
Yeah,
It's
I
changed
would
how
grant you that.
business works. We have been able to work from home probably in the last 5 to 10 years. We could have probably done everything we're doing now.
Oh,
Maybe
I
not
had the
Zoom, but
opportunity when I worked for the publishing company. We had flex hours. We could work from home if we wanted to. I just found that me personally, I wasn't as productive at home.
I
Easily distracted,
sure.
but there are other people who actually spent more time doing work at home.
It depends. I think as long as you're getting your stuff done, that's the important thing.
Yeah.
And employees sent a letter to Tim Cook asking him to choose if they could do it in person or remote, but Apple's denying it now. So again, that was the controversy that they're not allowing him to stay home indefinitely. But like for someone like me, where my wife is home with my child, and because of COVID and because of the new work-life balance, she is working from home indefinitely, which has now allowed us to save money from doing a
Sure.
daycare. So you
Daycare,
have to,
it's
yeah,
transportation, gas,
yeah,
wear
yes,
and tear
all
on
that,
the
especially
vehicle.
now with gas going crazy right
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
So I look at it like this: as bad as COVID was, and how it hurt the world, it has given an opportunity now for us to change our work life a little bit, and for the better, might I add.
Well,
Even if you got to work from home from 2 days a week instead of 5,
yep.
that still is a blessing. I would kill to be home and at least be around my son every day, and I can't be. I can't.
Yep.
So that's just the way it works. But I found out that I didn't take my what is it, work, like my leave from work to spend
Right.
time with my son. What is that called?
Family
It's
leave.
family leave. I didn't take that yet. I just found out. What? I thought I was unemployed at the time, so I didn't think I had to, or I didn't qualify. It turns out I qualify. As long as you
Oh,
work 20 weeks, I think within a year, you qualify for that. So you bet I'm taking that.
hmm, pretty good.
Thank you very much. But a little surprise happened this week too with Apple. They released a MagSafe battery pack for the iPhone 12
Yeah.
starting at $99, which not starting, that's the only one that's out there. But yeah.
Starting and
But
ending at $99.
yep. This was this was a quietly released product that came out of nowhere. No, there was no rumor sites about this. There was nothing about it. So Apple was pretty hush hush, but it allows you to add additional hours of your battery life. It magnetically charges your phone as it's attached to it using the MagSafe technology built into it. Now, what's interesting about this is that when you plug in your phone and you put the charger on there, it's charging the battery pack, which means that this phone has the ability to do reverse charging.
Well, is it the phone that does the reverse charge, or when you plug in to charge the battery pack, it also charges your phone? That's how I read it.
Well, it seems like that it won't charge the phone unless it's plugged in. But how else would you're putting it in your phone charger in,
Right,
and
right.
then the battery pack is charging at the same time.
Okay.
So there's a reverse charging feature built in this that has not really been known.
Yeah.
So, which I thought is very interesting because they have never announced that this could be done.
Yeah.
But it's
Well,
a cool accessory. Like I can tell you right now, if I went to like Disney World, I would much rather have this than one of those external ones that will be on my side.
right, right. Yeah, I agree because it would stick right on there.
Yep.
Yep.
And it only has a 5-watt speed while it's charging the phone, so it's not the fastest charger, or like Qi charger, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. They said right now. I don't know how long it says it lasts. I don't see that anywhere regarding what the actual amount would be. But for $99, would you buy that?
I would imagine it has to at least double your usage, your hourly usage.
I would hope so. I mean, right now they're pretty back ordered right now. But there is availability if you go into the store. But yeah, even on Apple's website, it doesn't say exactly how long it's supposed to extend it. So I find that very weird.
Yeah, you would think they'd have that all in the specs.
Yep. And of course, the power adapter and the cable are sold separately, by the way. Just making that point.
They're recommending a 20-watt USB
yes
C charger
for the fastest speed, of course. Which, by the way, doesn't come in the box. I might add.
Yeah.
So just saying.
Well, guess what, Will?
I don't know.
Masks are back.
Yes, they are.
So Apple employees are now required in some areas to wear masks again. So this is in areas where the Delta variant is prominent. Apple employees.
Well, what does that mean, Delta? Can you explain that?
That the Delta variant, that's a variant of the COVID-19 that's the variant of COVID-19 that's spiking all of the additional cases. Now, my understanding of the Delta variant is that younger people are getting it, but it's not
killing them.
Yeah, and
is it making them sick? Like, is it really like hurting them?
I would say it's making them sick, but not to the point where it's life threatening, or I don't know that major hospitalization is required.
Okay.
And I'm also reading where the vaccine is way down. People aren't getting the vaccines, which I don't know.
That's a whole other. You could go watch CNN or Fox News if you want to hear that crap. And by the way, I found out in this article is that they're actually extending the corporate employees to return to work in September. They now extended that to October. So just to update the previous article I talked about with the flexing, which is very interesting. At my job, what they're going to end up doing is called a green campus, which means that unless you have a medical or a religious reason that you can't have a vaccination, you have to be vaccinated or you are not allowed to be back on campus, and likely you're going to be terminated. So that's where we're getting to here when it comes to the vaccine. So there are some people in my office, I don't know if they're vaccinated or not. I almost think that's almost too personal of a question now, which is weird to think that. But they wear masks all the time. Yeah, but they wear masks all the time. And I don't know if he's vaccinated or not. I don't ask those questions.
Yep.
But, most people around my office are not wearing them right now. But there are a few that still wear them.
Yeah.
Which I find I don't know why, but,
Yeah, I don't. I got vaccinated and I'm fine. So, or at least I am right now anyway.
Yep. I'm fine too. I got lucky to not get COVID at all during this thing, and you're talking to a guy who went to New York City for like 2 months on a subway and on a bus, and I was, but every time I got home, I washed my clothes, I took a shower, so, I was trying to be as safe as possibly can. Even now, when I get to my car, I always sanitize my hands now every time I don't work.
Yeah. Well, they're New York City is considering closing down again, so I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good idea.
Crazy.
Yeah. But, even though all this negativity is happening, we still got a good, we have another 4 months of this year, right? But we already had a busy year already, April, we had AirTags, the new iMacs.
The events that Apple had this year. We had the Apple TV 4K
Yep.
version 11
And
and
then
12.9 iPad Pro.
with the M1 chip in it.
Yeah, we had June. We had the WWDC.
Yep.
All of the new software that's being unveiled for the fall release.
Yep. And then we have what's coming up in September.
September. What's
Gee, I wonder.
expected?
I
The
wouldn't be so.
iPhone 13.
I will put my house on the line if an iPhone is not released.
Hey, is it going to be called iPhone 13, or you think they're going to skip a number?
I don't think it matters at this point. I don't want to put. They should. They're not. I don't want them to do the S. I kind of hate that.
Yeah.
It makes it as a smaller enhancement. Although, like one year we had what we had Touch ID come out on a 5S.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the best new features ever, and better battery. It was like it was from the 5. I mean, the 5 was a nightmare, from a design standpoint with the sticky button. You know.
Yeah. Well, some of the expectations for the 13 is that it's going to be the same sizes as the 12. It's going to have 120 hertz ProMotion display, camera improvements, M5 chip, or I'm not M5, A5.
M5. They don't have no M chips. They got A15 chips, son.
A15 chip, yeah. Faster 5G, and a smaller notch.
Which are people like? Are you okay with the notch, or you don't want the notch?
It doesn't. Listen, it's like anything else. It's there, and when you first get it, you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. But then you get used to it. It's like like the phones get faster and faster, and when you first get a new phone, it's like blazing, and then all of a sudden you get used to the speed, and it's still faster, but it doesn't seem any faster. You're used to the faster speed. You know what I mean?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do. Now, for me to upgrade to a 13, I would need to see some really big camera improvements in this, like really good camera improvements. I would think the wide angle needs like true stabilization. I think that they need to get a better zoom lens in there. Like, I really think they need to get a better zoom lens. I think it's truly important to have that. But that's the thing that's going to turn me, because right now I have an iPhone 11, and as we know, in one of my other episodes where I said why the iPhone 12 sucks, even though you bought that phone, I was trying everything I could do to change your mind, and you were agreeing with every point I made, but you still bought the phone.
I did. Well, because I didn't have it an 11. We had a 10. We had 10s.
Right. Yeah. You skipped the 10S and the 11.
Now they're also. This is kind of quiet. Is the Apple Watch 7?
There is like nothing about this watch.
Yeah.
Honestly, the watch is almost not even a relevant upgrade anymore. The last 2 years have been bad as far as like, why would I go from my Series 4 to upgrade to this model? Like, other than the always on display and it's a little faster. And then this year they had the blood monitoring, the oxygen. Blood oxygen. I don't give a shit about my blood oxygen levels.
Well, see, that's the health benefits from the watch are to me one of the biggest reasons to.
But they're very slow. They're slow now. They've definitely slowed down from the 4. But the rumor is that maybe not this watch, but the next one, regarding diabetes and being able to check things based on technology that will be inside the sensor. When that watch comes out, I could completely see doctors and other people making sure they have that watch. I mean, they already recommend it now.
Yeah.
But, I don't think the Series 7 is going to do anything special on it. They're going to try to hype it up like it is, but it's
either that or it's the best kept secret in the Apple campus right now.
Yeah.
They're also talking about AirPods 3. Mm-hmm. Now they're supposed to have a similar design to the Pro.
Yeah, like the Pro. Yep, that is the rumor. Yeah,
with no active noise cancellation now.
Mm-hmm. And they're supposed to be shorter stems as well. I don't think they're supposed to be as long.
Yeah, lower price, and probably sometime in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
and then what I'm looking forward to. Now the rumor is in this event that's coming up when the phone's released in September, that a separate event for the MacBook Pro
Yeah,
is
that's going to be
expected.
later in the fall, probably
That's
late October,
usually. Yeah.
November.
hmm I do see that happening, and that's the thing I want. I have been
You're
waiting
you're
4
chomping at the
years
bit,
for
man.
this.
You're
I am.
chomping at the bit.
Oh, I am this year with the money I'm making from my business. I am purposely saving money to buy this at full price because I'm not going to debt no more, baby. I'm gonna buy these things.
You're
And,
probably going to break Luke's piggy bank and
yeah,
wrap all his change and
you know
take it
what? His
right down to the
baptism will
Apple
be
store.
his baptism will be in September, and all the money that comes in for him will not go to his trust fund. No, it's going to go to Will's MacBook Pro fund because he's been waiting 4 years. So I'm going to sell my Mac,
You can
which
buy
I'm hoping to
Luke
get.
a MacBook Pro.
Mac does not need a Mac forever. Okay, all right. I could probably sell this computer for maybe $800. I'll get a nice discount from from an Apple employee that'll love me, and I will buy and max out this machine as much as I can because it's expected to be what function keys without a touch bar.
Yep.
It's gonna
Yeah, they're
have
bringing back
the
the
MagSafe. The
MagSafe.
MagSafe will have more ports
Yep.
and will use the upgraded Apple Silicon chip, a 10-core CPU
Yeah.
in there with the option of 64 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, it's a lot of RAM, man.
That's a lot of goddamn RAM. That is a fast heart.
And 14 or 16 inch.
And you bet I'm getting that 16.
Now,
That is for sure.
the only thing is, what's the price tag? That's the big question.
I think they're going to keep the price tag starting at the same price because knowing that Apple put their own chip in it, it's cheaper. So I think that will happen. Plus, with the Touch Bar going away, that makes it cheaper. Yeah, already. So I do see that it being around the same price. But I think when you get the upgraded stuff, forget it. It's going to go. I'm thinking. My guess would be around $44,000 will be the highest MacBook Pro price.
Yeah. And what do you think they're going to do with the camera? You think they're going to use the same camera they have in
They
the
are putting a
iMac?
1080p in there. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. If they put a 1080p in that iMac, they're putting a 1080p in that display. There's no doubt. But and then there's also like a lot of other rumored products, iPad Minis, another low-cost iPad, iPods Pro. I honestly don't think we're going to see any more than what we're talking about. Everything else, like the glasses, a newer Mac Mini, the Mac Pro coming out with a silicon chip in it, and then of course a 27-inch iMac. I think it's going to be some time.
Now, what have you been hearing about the AirTags? Did you get one?
I haven't heard much feedback on them. I'm not really hearing much about them.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the stories like the Apple Watch where we could look it up. We probably could look up something about the AirTags that people like, but honestly, like I said, I already have my tiles.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just change it over just because it's an Apple product. But you didn't buy AirTags, right?
Did not. I wasn't impressed
So-
with the tiles, so it's like, listen, I just think, for me anyway, I pretty much keep everything right with me. So,
Mhm.
and I mean, I don't work anymore, so I don't have a briefcase.
Yeah.
What the hell do
I mean,
I
I
have to put
have-
an air tag on?
I have a tile in my camera equipment. I should put one in my drone, honestly. That would probably be a smart idea. But also I have one on my wallet and on my keys. That's all I need.
Yep.
That's all I care about. So that's our episode this week. We talked about a lot of crazy stuff here. I'm really happy with the way things are going, guys, and we appreciate you guys always listening to us every single week. Remember to check out our YouTube channel. We have a couple of training videos up there. So if you wanted to learn how to use Apple Pages, Numbers, Finder, Safari, we do have some videos up there for you guys to check out. They are very popular, and of course, they always get thumbs ups from a lot of you people. So please subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribing to our podcast and leaving us a review on our Spotify, our Pandora, our Apple Podcasts, everywhere, Amazon. We are on every platform, people. There's not one that's not up there.
Hey.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I have something for July 31st. If you're not doing anything, we're going to be at the Hopewell Winery from 1 to 4 with the band.
Hopewell Winery. I got to write this down. Now you put me on the spot, so if I don't go, now I'm in trouble.
You don't have to go. I'm just saying. But it's an afternoon gig, 1 to 4.
Oh yeah, that's my Aunt Lisa's up here. That is not happening. So
All right. Well,
I'll try to see if she'll go to a wine, but I don't think she will. But I'll give it a shot. So, and I have a wrestling show at night where I'm filming. So I have.
oh, there you go.
Yeah. So of course, not wrestling anymore, but still around the stuff.
Yep.
All right, guys. I want to thank you very much for joining us for this week of the podcast. It is a great week. We will see you back in 2 weeks on Friday, and I love every single one of you.
Take care, everybody.